So there are a lot of DAWs out there. Some are paid, some are free, some have free versions of, the full suite basically. But how do you know which one to use? There's so many and you're just drowned out by all of the features and all the list of things that they have. So how do you pick which one you want to use? And, that can be kind of a hard question. Now, I tried a lot of different DAWs. I did a lot of the different free trials or, whatever else, did the free versions, that kind of thing. And I'm gonna be honest, to me, they all just kind of felt somewhat the same. Not saying that they are the same, I'm just saying that at the end of the day, a regular listener of your music is not going to sit there and wonder what DAW you used. What I'm trying to get at here is that if you use a DAW and you get a good end result, then does it really matter how we got there? Now, obviously a lot of different DAWs advertise all these fancy things, all these bells or whistles, and all these features, but there's kind of something that I wanted to mention, and I honestly don't think that it's about all those features and all those things. Now, don't get me wrong, those could obviously be a huge help, when you're going to produce music, but I think that in my opinion, the most important thing when it comes to what DAW works best for you is the workflow. For example, I know that some of them, like Ableton Live, for example, is typically a better fit for producers who make electronic music. Same thing with FL Studio and that kind of thing. But, just because you make electronic music does not mean that those are your only two options. Again, I think it just comes down to what resonates with you as a producer. What kind of workflow gives you the most inspiration and makes you want to sit down and actually work on it? Now, for me, I use Cakewalk by BandLab. The biggest reason I use it is because it's free and I don't have to pay for anything. And the second biggest reason, and especially after trying all the other different ones, I just kind of feel like that Cakewalk fits my workflow the best. I just use it and it makes sense to me. I feel like there's a heavy emphasis just on, there's the typical ones of the different plugins you have and the equipment that you use and that sort of thing. But again, as music producers, it's hard to tell ourselves that we don't need all those things. It's just about the end result. What do they hear? If you buy another DAW, is that really going to help you? I mean, some things that that you can get will obviously definitely help you, but I just kind of feel like there's a lot of emphasis on the wrong things. But the whole point of this video is to figure out whether all these fancy things on the other DAWs really matter or whatever else. And I think I've made it pretty clear already that, I don't really think that it matters. There's a lot of free stuff out there that you can just get, especially if you're just starting out, is really all you need. And again, I genuinely think the most important thing is about workflow. And I think that's the biggest difference between all these DAWs is less of the features it has and more of what workflow it has. And I think that that's the most important thing to research and figure out. And, I encourage you to try a bunch of different things and see what works for you. If you find a good fit and it's one of the paid ones and you have money to spare, then that's probably a good investment for your music production because it's what works best for you, But I guess the whole point of this video is to more or less be a reminder of what DAWs are and why they're even here in the first place. It's so that we can make music. That's why we have DAWs. So if you're someone who's looking for either a new DAW or maybe you're new to music production and are looking for information about different DAWs and that sort of thing, then I guess my recommendation to you is to just try all of them and focus less on the features and focus more on just what the workflow feels like and what gets you into the creative process the easiest. Because there's no one size fits all. It's going to be different for every single person. So I just wanted to make this quick video and talk about this. Feel free to let me know your thoughts on this topic in the comments, as I'm interested to hear what your opinions are on all this. So anyways, thanks for listening to me ramble, and I will see you all in the next video.